Hello people, welcome back to my Blender tutorial. This is part 2 and let's get cracking, let's jump back in. I kind of had to leave this on an abrupt note yesterday because I had to leave and sort something out, but maybe today I can be a bit more active, a bit more talkative because I'm not as, in a rush. Right, one thing I've noticed while doing this kind of looks a bit shit. So I'm just gonna that's my technical term for it. Bit shit. Right. Just gonna pull it back and smoothing it off a little. Same for this. This shouldn't affect the texture all that much. Like it's not gonna damage it too much. Just get away with it. Of course, because we haven't mirrored it, we'll have to do the damn same over here now. Actually, if I just go back a second and show you a useful little tool Blender has for such occasions. X mirror and topology mirror right over here under options. Right. So whatever I do now should be mirrored onto the other side, and if it's not, it's been a very naughty boy. He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. Safe up back here. It just looks a bit too straight and I just don't like the look of it. Yeah, it kind of worked. Same for this as well. It looks a bit too pronounced. Pull it down just that little bit, smoothing it off, pull it down. Oops. Just close this off here. And slime. Scale that out a little bit. For this I'm pressing Alt S. This sort of like fattens it or thins it. Decrease increase weight, should I say. Right. Not the biggest of changes, it just was bugging me, that were all. Right. So where were we? Let me just take a quick swig or something because I've got a really dry mouth. That's right. We are texturing this lad. So let's go into texture mode. Sorry, go jump over to GIMP and have a look at its texture map. We sort of had the base down, didn't we? But the big thing which was bothering it all was the fact that sorry, lose myself here. I'm just doing a small detail map. I'm not going to go into like tons of detail, but I just want to show you what you can achieve. See, the beauty of doing the texture map is the sky's the limit. The product's as good as what you put into it. The more you put in, the better it's going to look. I think the best example of that is probably World of Warcraft, strangely enough, because if you ever look at World of Warcraft, at least back in its early days, the models weren't that detailed, but they kind of got away with just the sheer amount of how good the fucking texture maps were. Sorry for swearing. Yeah, that's how they got away with that. To be quite honest, that's always been sort of like an inspiration to me, looking back on them old models and just seeing what you can achieve with, I won't say limited resources, but they were limited by how much verts they could have, how detailed they could have the models without crashing the system. Okay, you notice there were on his edit mode for crying out loud. Right. You notice on his edit on his texture map here that fully red, and it should be. That's like the inside of the arm. So I'm just painting it black. So let's add some more detail here. But so you watching at home, just you don't have to follow me completely here now. You could do any pattern you like. You don't have to be green. It could be blue. You could have a nice dragon fixture on the front, on the tabard or whatever it's called. Yeah, use this opportunity here just to go nuts. Put as much detail in as you want. I'm kind of limited by time here because I've still got to produce this tutorial. But you at home, you haven't. Go nuts with it. I'm just giving you some basic tips. I'm not the best of drawer anyway, so best of drawer, best of artists, should I say? Excuse me, I sometimes talk like that. So if I had a lot more time on this, I'd probably go into a great deal more detail, but I just simply don't. Righto. I'm going to export this. It'll probably ask me, yeah, I figured as much. It's going to ask me again to choose the source, the save file, because we've opened the program again. It shouldn't do the same for you. So, export. Take another swig of this delicious Tesco brand cola. That's not product placement, by the way. That's just pure sarcasm. It tastes like shit. Alter, and when we're looking to the arms, yeah, looks a tad better. So let's have a look at slot 1. Go into slot 2 and render. Yeah. Slot 1, slot 2, slot 1, slot 2. Bed goes up, bed goes down. I'm also going to go back into my colour map because what I've noticed is, because I kind of rushed over this, I've got this transparent issue here and it makes it look really daft. Bed goes up, bed goes down. Stop it, Stephen. Same for here. Oops. Control Z. Oh, it's because I'm not on the detail map. Yeah, I'm just on top of this as well. Just make it dark. Use the airbrush tool as well for this, just so it gets a bit more of a fade. It blends in a bit better. That's way too big, that. Just grab this tool here and just kind of smudge it in. Hopefully this part 1 was really long and kind of disjointed. I've went back and watched the file and yeah, it's not the best. Hopefully this tutorial, this part, will be a bit shorter, a bit more focused. Because we haven't got as much to cover, believe it or not. It's a bit too dark, that's all. Let's just not that to 80. Better. Sophia, follow me. Excuse me. I'm going to export it, but there's no point at this moment in time. Let's focus on getting a bit of this wavy, you know, the creases on the clothes in a bit. This is where my artistic integrity is just going to go out the window because I'm terrible at doing this. That on. Do. It's not that to 60. And not this to about 20. Ah, bugger. Yeah, it's looking pretty terrible, that. It's not that bad, up to 30. Yeah, I'm just going to do a few lines here. Let's not get too technical because it's kicking my ass at the moment trying to do it like that. Opacity, it's not that down. 40. No. 20. Yeah. And knock this up to about 40. That's better. Yeah, I'm just putting a few ripples here just to make it look like his clothes are a bit, you know, got creases in them and stuff like that. Again, as I've stressed before, at this point, when it comes to the texturing stages, you can follow me and try and replicate it, or you can just sort of get the base idea from it and maybe run off with it yourself. Just gonna fade down a bit more. Because trust me, you can spend hours on a texture map just playing about with it, and in the past I have spent hours on texture maps just playing about with them and tweaking and doing stuff here and there, and oh, I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to move this and such and forth. 50. Right. Oops. That's got the same problem which the other one had. Oh, bugger. Just use that. That's because I just quickly skimmed over it as opposed to doing it properly. Ideally as well, this should have some sort of like, yeah, like that there, because it's sort of like creasing into it. coming off his neck here. Just a few creases. Stop it nicely. We end up winning nuts with it. Right. Why are you talking to yourself, Stephen? You should batshit insane, Stephen. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Same crack here. Oh, do you know what I've done? Because I'm incredibly stupid. I've done this in the colour map as opposed to doing it in the detail map. Look at it. Kind of like that pattern as well, man. Now I've got it, so I won't be able to replicate it. Dope. Okay. Same crap for this. Yeah, you can see I haven't put as much detail now because, yeah, I am kind of wishing this out. I can get a bit too carried away myself, and I've got kind of a tutorial to do and a lot to cover. So the legs. What's happening with these legs here? Here, the brown. So what we'll probably want here is a lighter brown coat just to, well, we'll use that one which is underneath it. Why not, sir? Not at all. Right. What direction they're in? Yeah. Oh, I'll pass it up a little bit more. This is that bit of blue wrapping on his legs, isn't it? Yep. So what we do with this is we just go for a bit of a lighter. Well, use a source one and just go for a bit of a lighter paper blue. And what direction is this facing? Right. Knock this down to about 20. Maybe 30, maybe 40. That'll do for that. Same again. That is belt. Oops. The belt's not too bad actually. Probably if I just gave it this, play with this and gave it just that slightly lighter brown colour, just to follow it along. Okay. Just push that up a little bit. Push that around a little bit. really muck that up. It'll do. Could have probably done with going a bit light, going a bit smaller with that, but whatever. Okay, let's give him a face. A bit of a mouth at least. Excuse me. So first, let's just determine where his mouth is. It's probably going to be this here. These four. Let's look into here. Sort of like in between, isn't it? That's probably where his mouth's likely to be, between these four here. So at this top line. So I'm actually going to go into the colour map for this. Stop me now, we're doing something different. Simply because when we were doing that base, we didn't take this into account, and that's my fault. I'm going to the detail for his lips. Put that about 5. I'm going to turn the opacity. Wait, oh no, which was this? Put the opacity back up a little bit. And let's export it. Let's have a look what she looks like altogether. I might do a bit more detail on the beard, and then we'll just call it and start working on the rig. Okay. And there's his little detail there. Oh, what's happened here? That's probably the same problem we had as before. Where's that detail? It doesn't really show up too much, but it is there. Okay. Let's go back here, pick this up, and do some fixing. Again, I'm to blame for this. My fault. Of course it's my fault. It's my damn tutorial. It's going to be my fault. Let's hope that fixes that. Opacity that way now. I want to give it like a little subtle. Maybe that. Same for this. Just that middle of them. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, now let's fix this beard, because it's got a little bit more of a Homer Simpson look to it now. As I say, I'm just using the push tool, the smudge tool should I say. Smudging. Just giving it a bit more shape, that's all. That'd be nice if that, no, topological mirror thing I used in the other one, in Blender. Nice if that were in here as well. This is so much easier. Probably is an option though, I just haven't discovered it. Okay. Let's go into detail map and let's give this beard a bit of detail, just to freshen things up. That would have just done that. Well, that seem like much, but these little subtle changes make all the difference. I'm going to find an even darker colour and an even smaller brush, like a 10. Okay, maybe a 15. Okay, I'm going to save this now. and export it. Got to be at the back. Like an idiot. But she should be okay. And there you go, look at that. Isn't that a beauty? Again, like I've stressed all the way through this video, and you're probably annoyed with hearing it, but spend as much time as you want on that texture map. Go nuts with it. I'm just doing this as a quickie. And this is kind of where I'm going to stop my texturing anyway. Let's go into the rig. So I'm quite happy with that for now. For what it is. Okay, let's save as model first, even though it made no impact on it just far. And before I start this, I'm going to show you how to get onto this. If you go to user preference and I think it's Rigify, yeah. Switch this in Rigify on and then save your user settings, because it's going to give us and save us a whole lot of time by putting a human meta rig in. Just delete that. First, let's go to Shift S, cursor to the selected, and then human, meta human. If you notice, it gives us a pretty quick rig already set up, though we're going to have to make a lot of changes onto this. First, just delete this side entirely. Trust me on this, I'm a doctor, except I'm not a doctor. I dig bros for a living. Let's grab this, rotate it, right in here. This is going to require a bit of guesswork here, because obviously we don't have the entire leg to go off of. Kneecap should be. Grab that out. Delete that, because it's not important. One thing you can turn on is X-ray, and that'll give you a better view of all this. Oh dear, oh my. The entire skeleton's on the wrong side. Not the wrong side, but too far back. Put that there. So that's his body, and let's go on to his shoulders and arms and stuff. Let's drag all this, fetch it down. Is that there? That's where that should be. This here needs to be rotated, doesn't it? Rotate on the x-axis. Oops. Not there, because we need that bend. Makes sense later on. There's his wrist. And now what we're going to do is see all these little digits and fingers. Yeah, we're going to get rid of them. We don't need them. No point having them there. because we've gone for more of a sort of like a oven mitt type look to his hand. I mean, you can go for the fingers if you want and build the fingers, but because we're going more for like a quick character model, this is just how we're going to do things. Right. Again, this model here, you can still go nuts with it. Don't let me fetch you down. This here is just simply a jumping off point. You can go absolutely bloody nuts with this. You can put as much detail in as you want. That's the beauty of something like this. And Blender and character modeling is you get out what you put into it. Okay, I'm kind of happy with that. Great. Okay. Now we're going to have to add a few more bones here. I want you to extrude this out and grab it down. We're going to add some IKs. These are important because it dictates how you move. And without them, it can make just life painful. Oops, go to his bone settings. This does not want to deform. And you want to be Alt, clear its parent altogether. And you won't want it here. You want to extrude that out. Again, this doesn't want to be deforming anything. And Alt P, but just disconnect the bone. For some reason, if you clear the parent, it just doesn't work very well. No idea why, it just doesn't. Okay, with Shift grab this, there's a little IK here. Shift select that. Control Shift C and inverse kinematics right here. Press that and put your chain link to 2. And I'm going to show you what happens if you don't put that together. Put the knee joint in, your leg will start. Oh, hasn't this time. Oh yeah, there we go. It will start deforming on itself, really weird. So this knee cap is just more of a controller bone. So same crap with this. Shift Control C, inverse kinematic, and just give it a chain length. So you can move that about. Okay. Right, we all following here? Grand. What I want us to do now is I want you to go into edit mode. I want you to grab these bones here. This is going to be a very simple rig, so don't expect much art to it, but you will get your character moving for now. What I did there is, sorry, let me just go back on that because I'm moving a bit too fast. If I've got my cursor here between his legs, and I've got this on cursor select mode. Yep, 3D cursor should I say. That's where it's going to pivot on. So if I press Shift D, if I scale it, minus X, sorry, X 1, scale it X minus 1, it should jump straight across mirror, doing a complete mirror. The problem is usually the bone roll's a bit wrong, so just press Control N and just play about with this until it looks exactly the same on that side. Yeah, that bone roll's quite wrong, so yeah, better. Right, let's go into pose mode. Oh, that'll do that because it's see, oops, what I'm doing here is I've got my auto IK set on. Some people put controller bones on these as well, but I find it kind of can be needlessly complicated. So you just go. I just put auto IKs here, and that sort of sorts it out. And if I want, I can always just use forward chromatics to move it as well. Right. So now we've got his rig, and we've got his Viking control, automatic weights. Voila. And let's see how she moves to see if we need to do any adjustments after. Hello. There we go. Same for the legs. If I grab this, and there you go, you've got a little Viking which moves. How grand is that? Right. Don't know how long we've been doing this for. I don't want to keep you forever, but I'm sure we all agree that we want some weapons, don't we? I'm asking you a question, but obviously you can't forget answer me because I'm not doing this live. If you grab this, you can sit in that as well. Okay. What weapons have we got? Oh, we're gonna. He's got a spear in this here picture, but I'm gonna go for an axe. So this is like a Viking type axe. Background image, and which one is this axe? I believe it's this one. Let's quickly make this. Shouldn't take too long to do. I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail with this. I'll not even give it a texture map, although you can. Right. So let's save this file first then. Make sure that's all done. Place this here. Because we want to be shooting on upwards from this axe, because that's where the pivot's going to be from, into the bottom. Want to give it sort of like a circular shape without putting too many verts on. So really, there's two ways you can go about this. You can rotate it, on say at 45-degree angle. You know, have more like a cubic shape. Or you can, I don't know, grab those, scale, times Y, and then you give it that. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. It depends how much detail you want to do and how many verts you want to save. Because with how little, best way of putting this, with a vert count on this, if you've got a decent computer, you could probably render a good few of these. And if you've got the patience, have them all fighting. Okay. Let's move that up, yep. I'm also going to put a loop cut around it, because that, when I smoothing it off, it goes based on that. It goes based on that. Okay, so I'm going to select this, Shift D, and sort of scale it up. Alt S. Why is that working like that? I'll bugger it. S, Shift Z, extrude down. And let's make his axe handle there. Sorry, not his axe handle, axe. Rotate 45-degree. Nope. If I go down, no, that's not where I go. Oh, it's here. Is it? No. Where's my increment button? I seem to have lost my increment button. Oh, there we go. Press increment, rotate, Z, and Alt Control. From that disastrously wrong. Hopefully that's not going to shoot off the inside. If so, we'll just have to play about with it later. Kind of screwed up a little bit here, but it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. That doesn't come out a few years. Scale that up. Oh no! Well done. Again, if you want to do a spear or anything like that, or a sword, you can go for it. I'm just doing a viking axe. A little wood cut there, just so I can get this little fold here. Little bend. If you want to make the axe look a bit, sharper, just put a little wood cut here. Drag that along so it's more in line with the edge of it. Maybe another wood cut here just to give it that extra bit of detail, why not? And grab your front set and just scale it in on the y-axis. There you go, you've got an axe. And with that, them extra vertices where you put in with a low cut, we could probably just give a bit of a play here. Okay. I'm just going to sort of like, extrude that in and scale it down on the head. Extrude, scale, shift, Z, in. There you go, you've got yourself a little axe. Shade it smoothly. For this, we'll just use material. I mean, I could texture the weapon and go through the entire texturing process for you, and I may do that in the next video if you want. But you know, with the last video taking quite a bit of time up, I just wanted to alleviate a little time and just do this a bit quicker. Okay, that was ridiculously small. Scale it all the way up. Just sorry, kind of screw that up a little bit. There we go. Scale this all the way up just so it's a bit bigger. A bit like that. And what I'll do is I'll just move these up. It's only supposed to be a short axe, so I don't want it looking too short in his hand and too big in his hand. Now suppose you're wondering how we're getting this axe to move with him, and this is easy. Just grab that bone there, parent, and just parent it to the bone. Yeah. Oops. There we go, got him gripping his little axe. And I'm going to top this off now. Last thing we're going to do is give him a shield. And a shield should be relatively easy to put. It's just a big old circle, isn't it? Big old cylinder. So down here. Oh, what have I done here? Let's build a mesh. Right, let's go into object mode because I don't know what I'm doing here. Right. I'll go into a cube as well. I know you should use a cylinder, but trust me on this. Sometimes it's easier just to work straight from a cube. Why is this not working? Because I'm pressing scale instead of rotate. Take 45 degrees. That's better. Scale that down. Roughly half it, sort of like half his body size, isn't it? And we'll drag these out. Shade smooth. I'm just going to give it a the same brown look as the axe. For now. With the shield, obviously, Vikings have their own little pattern for their shield, so you probably benefit with going through and giving it its own texture map. But for the moment, for what it is, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go off the material colours. Add, assign. Let's fetch them in, I'll fetch this out. Okay. The reason I've done it backwards is because we need to assign it to this arm here, and it's obviously going to pull his shield around him. So grab that. Let's go into pose mode. Control P to the bone, and there we have it. So, give him a bit more of a relaxed stance. Rotate that down. Rotate this here. Drop this out his elbow a little bit. And look at that, we've got a little Viking with his shield and his little axe. If you want, just give him something just to sit on. Oops. Okay, so it's selected, plane, scale up. And add a, where are we? Empty. Oh, here we go. Empty, plane axes, and add a camera. Alt R, grab that camera. X90. Control P to object. Grab this camera, Control 0. Okay. There's his Viking, and if we grab this here and rotate Z, and we can smooth that. Yeah, it's not the most detailed of shields, I admit, but you got your Viking there. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. We've got his Viking, we've got his axe, chop, chop, chop. He's got his shield, bash, bash, bash. He's got his smiley face, and you know, his rig. So I'm kind of hoping this has all helped you. I will try and produce another tutorial on animating at some point or another, depending on how well this goes, how well it's received. I've got other things in mind. Maybe build someone he can battle with, and we'll show you how to build the next guy and animate that. If you want, you can leave in the comments what you want him to fight, what you'd like him to fight against. This is Stephen Skelly, also known as Sovo, and I'm clocking out. See you next time.